Men have been explaining in great detail why they are single for years, and modern women are only now figuring it out. We've got one for you here today from Man Reacts. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in, and let's get into it.
So this is actually insane. I posted a video yesterday talking about how like nobody wants to commit in my city to a relationship. Suddenly everyone in the comments is sounding off that all the cities are like this. I'm sorry, what the hell do you mean? Like, you're telling us nobody's safe. It's actually insane to me that there is a pandemic of men who do not want to commit, and it's like almost women are the ones chasing down commitment, chasing down a ring. I'm sorry, what happened to family values?
You have to appreciate the irony of a modern woman trying to blame men for the complete destruction of family values when modern women are the ones who drove those into the ground. It's not our fault that this happened.
Why are men struggling so much these days? I just want to understand what went wrong and why relationships aren't like the driving factor of life. Like, you're getting successful, you're making more money, but what is it all for? Like, why be successful? Why have all of this if you're not like aiming for something bigger and like trying to expand your lineage and find companionship? Like, I'm so confused why we're not on the same page with men. My friends and I make literal jokes all the time that we need to move to a different country, maybe to the States, to find our husband, but the comments are giving no. Seems like nowhere is freaking safe. I don't know, something's gotta change, because it seems like both sides are unhappy and we're not finding solutions, because what the hell is going on?
It's interesting how she says that both sides are unhappy when all we see are modern women complaining endlessly about how they can't find men, despite the fact that they are quite literally everywhere. The men are fine on their own, it's the women who are going completely insane.
Why am I still meeting men in their 30s, pushing 40, and they're like, I'm not ready to have a girlfriend yet, I'm not ready for a surgery. What are you waiting for? Your girlfriend to be born?
Men aren't waiting for anything. Men are out there finding their peace and staying away from entitled women. We have said that endlessly, but they just don't want to listen.
No offense to men, but it gets to a point where it's like, baby, you are too fine to be afraid to talk to women. I'm laughing because it's actually like funny, but it's not funny. Like, I recognize that it's probably really difficult for some men to talk to girls because, like, I don't know, women are scary because we're so hot. But like, you actually are hot too. And if you're hot, why are you afraid to talk to women? Do you think a girl's gonna come up to you first and be like, you're so hot? And sometimes that happens. Like, some of us are bold in that way and we're okay with approaching a man, but some of us want to be approached.
If a modern woman considers a man to be attractive and he's not approaching her, the explanation is simple. He doesn't find her attractive. But modern women live in a world where the idea of Chad or Tyrone not wanting her is all but impossible.
And you're fine as freak and you're afraid to approach her, like, what do you think's gonna happen, baby? You're gonna end up missing out on a bad bitch because you want to be scary. Mind you, you're fine as fuck. Like, pick it up. Pick up your whole feelings. Like, get it together. I don't know. Men be weird. Like, you actually are too fine to be scared of women. Like, I don't know. No excuses. You have no excuse.
One thing these women will never understand is that accusing a man of cowardice for not being interested in settling for a woman over 30 is deeply insulting, and it's just one of the countless reasons why men have walked away.
I don't know if this is weird, but pretty much every single boyfriend I've ever had, I have acquired myself. Like, I feel like I've always been the pursuer in a sense, but not in like this, I'm not courting them in this weird masculine way, but like, I'm always a person to like initiate contact. And then I'm usually the person, no, literally, actually, I'm always the person to be like, I like you. I'll just say that whenever I feel like saying that. And yeah, I'm always the one I'm like, let's make out or something. I'll always say that first. That's all me.
Modern women are going to have to initiate everything if they want to have a chance at getting with a guy. Men are not going to approach or do anything because they have too much to lose and practically nothing to gain. These women have made their intentions crystal clear.
To be honest, I pull a lot of weight in terms of just making something happen, because I feel like most dudes won't make a move unless they're 100% sure there's no risk attached to it. They're very risk averse and they're very shy and weird. So it's just easier if you already know, like, you kind of know when someone's into you, you can just like make it happen. You know, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I don't know, if you're in like a dude slump and you're having a hard time getting a boyfriend, maybe try that out. It's also not just because I'm a pretty girl, which I'm not even saying I'm pretty, but someone's going to say that it's easy for me because blah, blah. My very first boyfriend in high school, when I got him, I was actually deformed because my eyeball was like falling out of my socket because of a medical issue. So I actually looked really bad. I looked awful, and he was pretty cute. And that's how I got my first boyfriend. So never say never.
The mere idea of a modern woman approaching a dude is the easiest and lowest effort solution if a woman wants to meet a man. The problem is that these women will never do it because in their eyes they're not supposed to actually do anything.
Okay, so you cheated because you were bored. He didn't have time for romance. Really? So let's get this straight. He worked 6 days a week, 12 to 16 hours a day, in the house of the Lord every Sunday with you and the 4 kids that you all have together. Attended football practices after work and made sure a baby girl got to ballet. No bills behind, always treating you with love and respect. He's good to your parents and his, and when it comes to decisions for your household, he always consults you. He supports you in your goals and dreams, makes sure you know how beautiful you are, and the list goes on, but I'll stop there. Because even after all that, you were bored enough to cheat. It's situations just like this one that has a lot of these good men not wanting a relationship. Be well.
Modern women didn't cheat out of boredom, they cheated because they couldn't bring themselves to respect their husbands, let's be real.
Guys not making a move anymore is so frustrating because the amount of times that I've heard so and so has liked you before, like at this time. I didn't know if you felt the same way, so he never said anything to you. I've been getting that a lot recently, and I can't stop thinking, what if, bro? So guys, can you make a move again? Can we stop being afraid and just make a gesture? I'm never gonna make a move.
When she hears stories like that, it's usually in reference to a dude she knew 10 years ago that she most likely ignored, so it wouldn't have made a difference if he did approach her because he would be written off as a creep or a loser. There wasn't any point then, and there isn't any point now.
Question for the men that say they never want to get married, which I totally get your reasoning. You don't want to get divorced and give up half your shit that you've worked your whole life for. Check, check. Got it. So my question is, for those men, do you live in a state that after 7 years of being in a relationship with someone, dating them, living together, you are married by law anyways? And then a two-part to that is, what about when you don't want to move into your girl's place, so you're like, hey, move into my place?
It's insane how there are states that have that kind of law on the books. Even if a man doesn't want to risk everything in a marriage, the state will still force him to just because his relationship went south. It just makes men not want to bother with dating even more.
Right? So maybe she's renting her house out now and she has to move all of her stuff out, but you don't need it at your house because your house is already fully furnished. What is she supposed to do with her stuff? Because in your mind, if you get divorced, or I guess if you never get married, you guys break up, she would then have to then go rebuild, go rebuy all of the furniture. And as you know, it's always going to be more expensive to go rebuy the furniture you already had, that you had to go sell for pennies to the dollar.
That seems like an oddly specific question that doesn't have a straight answer. Women like this act like men operate on a hive mind, as if we all think the exact same way. But we don't. Every single man is going to approach things differently, and these women just do not get that.
So what is your thought there? Do you get like a backup plan is, if we break up, then you have to help fund my furniture purchases because I had to get rid of everything when I moved into your place? Like, what is your guys' thought on this? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. Let's have a convo.
This notion that men need to somehow provide a slush fund to finance a woman's life after she breaks up with him is absurd. If a woman decides to end things, then it's on her to figure out her life. It's her mess. She should be the one who has to clean it up.
So I saw this trend on TikTok, and it was this girl saying, "Why don't men want to get married?" Men would stitch it. And all the reasons they gave were hunky-dory. All of them. But here's one thing, okay? If there's one thing I've learned in business, which you should treat your marriage like a business, aka get a prenuptial agreement. That's the least you could do. But
Though it is true that men should get prenuptial agreements if they're going to get married, there are still far too many women out there who think that a prenup is the ultimate insult, and she'll use that against him in a guilt trip so that she can get more of his money.
never sign a contract with somebody who benefits from breaking that contract. If men had, or if there were laws in place that insured men financially, anything, like after the divorce, kind of like how women are insured, things would be a lot different. Thank you.
There aren't going to be too many divorce laws that benefit men. There's too much money to be made by having laws that benefit women, and it wouldn't make a difference anyway. Any laws written to help men in divorce will just be shot down as mahogany. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.